In listening to your testimony today from the panel, I hear a consensus that the Magnuson-Stevenson Act is good, it's working, but it tends to be a bit too centralized, maybe too calcified, lacks some of the more dynamic parameters necessary for measurement and maybe upon which to take action. And certainly that's illustrated by a question I'm going to ask here. Fishermen in the Gulf are getting whiplash from all of the changes in stocks and seasons. Latest we hear is that NOAA is approving a 14-day fall season for recreational fishermen. This is certainly welcome, but it goes back to two basic questions. How many fish are out there and how many are being caught? NOAA has been consistently failing to answer those questions. Earlier this year, NOAA revised their quota from 8.5 million pounds to 13 million pounds. Now, NOAA is claiming that the recreational fishermen have exceeded their quota significantly, all thanks to the estimates provided by NOAA's new model. So, Mr. Rauch, management of Gulf and red snapper this year has been a disaster for all Gulf states, with each state having different needs and fishing patterns. Do you have a plan that would properly manage recreational fishing of red snapper in the Gulf of Mexico?
Thank you for the question. I think the answer to that question is as complex as the question. The Gulf Council is currently working on a plan that would support regional management, which would allow the states a degree of flexibility within an overall federal construct to meet their individual state needs, and we're very supportive of that plan being developed. The Gulf Council is scheduled to discuss this in October, and if they take final action in October, it is possible we could put such a plan into place for next year. I completely agree with the opening premise that the fishery is being hampered by a lack of stability. We collectively need to find a way to provide, at least on the recreational side, better certainty as to the seasons and the catch so that we are not constantly in a position where the fishermen don't know how many days they're going to fish or when they're going to fish. Particularly with the charter fishery, you need advance notice so that you can plan and advocate your trips. So I think that we all believe in the same goal.
And if I could add to that, when you talk to the charter fishermen, you're talking about as much as 6 or 12 month advance notice in terms of booking hotels. I mean, this of course is a seasonal, annual type of business, and you can't go by a 2-week notice or a 1-month notice. You may open it up, but you've got no customers to go out there for recreational fishing. So we definitely need transparency, continuity, and plenty of advance notice.
I agree, and that is our shared goal. I think the states also have that goal. We need to get a more stable management regime in place. I am very hopeful that the council will take final action on this regional plan.
Well, let me ask you this question, because I'm going to run out of time. If you would describe how NOAA goes about measuring the stocks and the landings.
So the way that we measure the stocks for red snapper in general is we work with the states to come up with an assessment technology that both in terms of sampling design and in terms of how you deal with the answers. So it's a collaborative effort. On the recreational side, the biggest issue here has been on the recreational side, estimating the recreational catch. We have had a lot of difficulty doing that. Recreational catch is much harder to estimate than commercial catch. Congress, in its last reauthorization, required us to revise the way that we did that, and we're in the process of doing so. That continues to be a work in progress as we continue to discover biases that were inherent in the prior old sampling regime.
So are you open then to some of the suggestions here today that we go after other approaches or additional parameters and more flexibility on a regional basis?
I think we are certainly open to more flexibility if in the interest of trying to provide a stable fishing opportunity. We have focused on overfishing for a long time. Now that overfishing is largely solved, we need to start focusing on getting the economic opportunity, the economic development out of that, and there's a lot of ways to do that, and I'm happy to work on ways, whether that's more flexibility, more data collection, any of those opportunities. I think that's where we need to focus next.
Okay. Thank you. I yield back.
Aye.